Today we still focus on the topics, can a dead man see? Can anybody have experience? Just share your experience or your thinking, your thought, or you heard somebody tell you about something. Dead man can see or dead man cannot see. Can anybody tell me? Please share your experience. Can you share your experience? Can a dead man see or can a dead man cannot see?
I think venerable dead man can see logically because, as you know, when we die, it transfers to another conscious. So it's not like we change our, we are not free from our suffering, we are not free from the rebirth. So we have to have some kind of experiences and with karma interaction. So I think that man can see probably, but I cannot prove it in any way because I don't have any experience for that to back up it.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Anybody else want to share your thought? Because it's vitally important in your practice. If you believe that, or you have experienced that that man can see, then you would behave differently to your relative who died many years already. If you believe that a dead man can see, then you would love your relatives when they are alive, because they can see it. Your father, a deceased father, still can see you, what you are doing. Are you doing nasty to your family members, sister and brothers? Or you misbehave to your mother? Your deceased father would see it. If you believe that the dead man can see, then you should change your behavior. And even the dead man can see, dead man can figure out in your mind what you are thinking. They know. If you get upset with your sister, and your dad would be very upset, he disappointed. He loved all the children. And why children keep fighting? You see the point? The belief will change our behavior. So the question is, can that man see anything at all? If you believe that the dead man cannot see anything, and then you can do whatever you want to do. You just ignore the fact that the father, a deceased father, who cannot understand what you are thinking or you are doing to your sister or brothers. Suppose your father died or passed away a long time, but your mother is still alive, and you are so busy to look after your husband and your wife, you forgot your mother. What do you think about your father? What would he react? Would he get upset? And if you know that your father is still around you and he keep picking up on you, if you misbehave to your mother, what would you think? You would change your behavior. So the experience or the belief that a man after death can see anything will dictate the way we behave in our daily life to our relatives. Suppose your husband died. And if you know that your husband still around you and he can see what you are doing, would you misbehave? Would you get married another one immediately? You say, bye-bye, husband. Bye-bye, darling. Now I am free. I can marry another one. But if you know that he's still around you and he still loves you, would you do it? See? It would change your behavior, change your thinking, change your perception. That's the whole point about the Buddhism. See? As a matter of fact, scientific facts, it's proven that we are all energy. We constituted by energy. And the energy is moving. And in the sutra, Buddha said about the whole thing, the whole universe is just a fire and a moving fire. Because at the Buddha time, there's no terminology, energy at all. Nobody knows about energy. They talk about fire, moving and hot. That's it. That's the energy. But they don't have a category, energy at all. They have no terminology as energy. They just speak of fire. The famous Dhamma lecture Buddha given to 1,000 Brahmin. And after listen to his Dharma, 1,000 Brahmin attend Arahant. And that is the five discourse, the five Dhamma lecture given by Buddha. And the Buddha specified emphatically, the Buddha said, fire exists in your eyes, your ears, your nose. Now, take one example, the eyes. How can the fire exist in your eyes? It doesn't mean the physical eyes, but it means the fire aggregate in combination of your eyes. Rupa and Nama inside your eyes. Nama Rupa is in your eyes. What you see is the external object will be converted into the internal image in your brain through the feeling, perception, mental formation, and a consciousness. So what you see outside is not actually what it is, but you tend to interpret it through your process of learning, process of cognitive. You translate it the way you want. It's a fixation in your mind. If you like somebody, you would easily forgive all the error or the mistake that person made to you. But if you dislike a person, even a slightly error, you still criticize that person. So what's wrong with them? Or what's wrong with you? Actually, it's wrong with you. Nothing wrong with them. You see the point? Because you have the fixation in your mind about the object, and the object is translated through the process which Buddha called Namarupa. Namarupa is a process, it's not a thing. From the external object, it turned out to be internal image. And then through the internal image, you come into contact, you generate feeling, vidana, feeling, perception, mental formation, and vinaya, the consciousness. So the whole process happened very quick. The Buddha said 1 per a billion second. So it's very fast. When you see something, immediately you translate it into the language. Only you can understand. And that language Buddha called the fire, hatred, anger, delusion. So the fire exists in your eyes. Your eyes is nothing. But the eye consciousness, there's something in the eye consciousness through the process of Namarupa. So when you sit for meditation, sometimes you see the light. Sometimes you see the image of the Buddha. It's not real. You force yourself through the process of Namarupa to think there is something. I saw the Buddha. And you describe it to all the other people that during my meditation, I saw the Buddha. It's not the Buddha. It's the Buddha image made up by you. It's not a real Buddha at all. You force yourself and your brain activated in such a way that creates illusion that there is a Buddha. You experience, you see, you feel it's true Buddha, but it's not true Buddha. Okay, to clarify the matter, I give you one example in the sutta. After Buddha passed away, the fourth master, the first master following the Buddha is the Kassapa. And the fourth one, he also attained Arahant. In one lecture, there were about 5,000 people attending the lecture. But the next lecture, only 5 people. So the master were very surprised. He tried to identify what's going on. And through the meditation, he discovered that there's a Mara. The Mara just come into the brain of the people, in the mind of the people, and saying, get away, go and play, not to listen to the Dhamma. And everybody chasing around the music, the entertainment, not going to the Dhamma lecture. After discovering the facts that Amara interfere, the master, the fourth master, called Amara and give him a chain of the beautiful necklace, all the diamond with the color. The Maras were very happy, pick up the chain of the diamond, put in her neck. Unfortunately, as soon as she put it on, the chain of the diamond turned out to be ugly part, dirty, skeleton. Everything smelled terrible. The mother tried to take it off, but she couldn't do it. So he knelt down to ask the master to take it off. The master said, no, I can put it on, but I cannot take it off. There's only one way you can do it, to take it off, is to take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, to which the Mara agreed. Yes, I do everything to take it off. It's so terrible. And after reciting, taking the refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, the Mara could take it off. And to reciprocal arrangement, the Mara would return a favor for the master. And she asked if the master has anything for her to do. And the master said, I was not lucky. I was unfortunate. I was born not in the Buddha time, so I didn't see the Buddha, the real Buddha. But you are the Mara. You are the ghost. You have seen the Buddha. You have seen the Buddha, so now you should. You have seen the Buddha, so now you should show by your magic power. Show me what the Buddha looked like. You have seen the Buddha. You have lived with the Buddha time. So now you can duplicate the image of the Buddha through your Mara power. The Mara say, well, it's easy, because I've been there, so I know who Buddha is, how he's look like. I can show it to you upon one condition, that you will not kneel down before the fake Buddha. And the fourth master said, don't worry, I'm Arhang. I know what to do. I know what's wrong. I know what is fake. I know what is true. So don't worry. Just show me the Buddha. The Mara disappeared. 5 minutes later, the Buddha and 500 Arahants, monks, walking from the jungle, go outside the jungle with all the vibrated light, and so amazing. So amazing that the fourth master immediately knelt down to pay respect to the fake Buddha. At that point, the Mara disappeared. All the Buddha disappeared because it's a fake one, manipulated by the Mara. And the Mara appeared again, and he complained to the master, I told you already, it's a fake Buddha. Why you should kneel down on the fake Buddha? The master just smiled, cannot say anything. So in your meditation, one day you may see the Buddha. Remember that it's the product of your brain activity. It's not a real Buddha. Okay. You think it's Buddha. You believe it's Buddha. Look like that. And reinforce in your brain something, some image. And you attach to it through the Vedana, mental formation, and consciousness. It's a process we call the cognitive process. Nama Rupa is a process. And Buddha actually mentioned is cognitive process. How you recognize and interpret the object. You may see the object. And then by closing the eye for meditation, You may see it again in your consciousness, but it's not true. It's a fake one. So even when you sit down for meditation, you may see something, say the nimitta, say the Buddha, say the ancestor, the deceased parents, but say, oh, the fake one. It's a product of your brain activity. It's not the true image. You see, even the fourth master, who's Arahant, still got the problem with the cognition. You see, you understand the matter now? So the question is, can a dead man see or not? Through my experience with the 20,000 people who die and resurrected through the medical science, we got the collective data. To a certain degree, we can prove that the dead man can see. Not 100%, because only 20,000 is not the statistic, not statistically significant. Not statistically significant, because 20,000 is a small number. We commit the type 1 errors, a big one, so we cannot proclaim it's true. But at least it gives us some hints that the dead man can see. In many cases, they see the same thing. They see the same thing. So if you know and you believe that a dead man can see, that means your father who died or your mother who died many years ago still be around you and can see what you are doing and can feel what you are thinking, know what you are thinking. Then she or he would be very disappointed if you mistreat your sister or brother. But they can read your mind. You see, the dead man can read your mind. That's the important point. And if you know they can read your mind, they can see the thing, would you behave the same way to your brother and sister? Are you scared now? What do you think about your father? What do you think about your sister? Your father died many years ago, and now you misbehave to your sister, and suddenly you realize that your father will be around you, looking at you. What do you feel? You see? Okay, I think that's enough for today. I ask you to think about 4 questions. You're not coming here to listen to me. We need your interaction. Okay, everybody must give some idea. That's the whole purpose of exercise, you know. If you don't speak, we don't know what you think. I'm not attending Arahant, so I am very lazy. I don't want to make a guess. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't want to make a guess either. So you have to tell me, okay? 4 questions, okay? So from next lesson, we commence at 8 o'clock because I have a class at 7. Shall we pray before we finish? Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. May all the merit accrue by our learning the true Dhamma will teach us and lead us to the ethical life the life of the loving kindness, the life of forgiving any other people errors and mistakes, the life of the compassion and understanding. May all be happy and attain the wisdom, knowing the dead people and the other deceived relatives still around with you. They love you so much. Don't just ignore or other people or friends or relatives when they are still alive. May all be happy. Thank you very much.